Welcome back to the Sanctuary, Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, and the newest patch, The Promise of Tomorrow. Chris Valentine, aka Cruznik X here, along with Lord Fyrax.
Yeah, people. Hello. Yes.
And Corlash.
The hats also have bangs.
Still referencing a new update from the new patch. Anywhoozy, story so far. The machines went rampant again, and in the process of our investigation, we've discovered that these machine attacks are not by coincidence. Most of the people who have been attacked the last couple of times have been people who are not wearing the new Neo regulators, in order to instill fear in those that are wearing the Neo regulators, or at least haven't, or still on the fence about it. In the process of the attack, Milos's mother was hurt. Isadora, that's her name. How this is gonna keep progressing, we will see what happens in the next quest in our journey, The Endless Choice.
Our comrade, you think they may have been struck down? If he's wounded or worse, I should go to him. Wait! Please, it isn't safe and you still need rest. Would you stay with Milos and watch over Isadora for me? We will tend to your friend. Thank you. Please be careful yourself.
All right. Trial.
Isadora is going to be all right then. I'm so glad. I've just finished my ministrations here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. That brave soul. He gave his life to save another.
He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. That sentry was behaving normally like any other. Then all of a sudden it tried to kill me.
Weapons or no, Calyx commanded them to commit murder. Is it over? We came as soon as Wayakkwe sent the word. I am sorry. By the time we arrived, it was already too late.
Then Geode could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius locked down, we need to find him.
But why? Has something happened?
Possibly. We're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications.
We need to prioritize securing the residential sector, though. At least until we regain control over the sentries. Then we should search for Geode. I agree. Since most Oblivion members have sworn off their regulators, if our theory holds true, then they could be the prime targets for the next attack. Please, do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid the sentries at all cost.
Oh, thanks. Here, take these communicators. We made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal. They've been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Wayakkwe has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode.
Good luck, and stay safe. Geode said he would sweep the surrounding area, so he shouldn't have ventured too far. Let's get going.
Let's move. And we're searching. And we're searching. You see no sign of Geode. Perhaps you should search further to the east.
Surveying. Survey.
And we're looking, and we're surveying, and we're not finding. No sign of Geode. Wayakkwe's voice crackles from the communicator.
Geode! Geode! Answer me!
No response. Let's continue our search further to the east. You see no sign of Geode. The neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please!
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive! Thank the gods! Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join it. Dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
Oh shit.
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether. The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells.
Oh fuck.
Shit.
Shit is right, dude. How the hell are you out of ammo, dude?
Damn you!
Oh yeah, that was a smart idea. Throw the gun.
You can't be here. You need to run now. A trap. Take care of the others, eh?
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe? Geode!
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether. But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
Of course it was him.
Calyx. What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you require it?
How would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now? I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promise to halt my harvest?
Hell to the fuck no. You would only seek other victims.
It was foolish of me to even ask.
I won't stomp his face in.
Yeah.
I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
Fucking hell. Well, might as well talk to Sphene.
This pile of dust. These ashes. And the soul cell he left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geo to us? Damn you, Calyx! Damn you and your careless cruelty! He was our friend! Even so, some might say every death was justified if it meant 5,000 endless could continue their immortal lives. And if a reflection stolen ether allowed for many more endless, why, that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who would think that? Not I. Certainly not I. We know only too well. There is not noble in this sacrifice. We have to stop him. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx and put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession, Chris. It falls to us. We will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents in reflections elsewhere. Sounds good to me. Let's continue. We should return to the back room. Shale and the others need to know what happened. Yes, I'll ask Wayakkwe to meet us there as well.
Our dear Geode.
The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gololja. The blame lies with Calyx, and with him alone. It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy? Living our lives. What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calyx for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him.
Wait, where are you going?
To clear my head. Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
That's what Geode said.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure Nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Thank you.
Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calyx is hiding.
I sure as shit hope so.
But We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Geode.
Wayakkwe?
Another comrade gone. Some days it's almost more than I can bear. Geode was... He was an older brother to Nostalgia and me. Shale knew him longer though, and is surely taking it the hardest. And that's on top of what happened with Kakwiha. Do you think you could go and check on her? See how she's doing? She's like to put on a brave face if it's me or my sister.
Shale?
Apologies. My mind was elsewhere. We need to press on with the hunt for Calyx, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know.
As you said, need time to work through it.
You're right. I ought to heed my own words. As it stands, I'm of no use to anyone. Kakwiha used to say the best thing to do with grief was to let it all out. So, I think I'll take myself over to Earth and Sky and say my goodbyes to Geode. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to if you've a shoulder to spare. Right then. Let's get out of Everkeep for a bit.
Shale?
It's a trek on foot, so I've arranged for a couple of air-wheelers. They've had their communications modules removed, so even Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them. Say the word and we'll set off. Ready? We'll be flying close to the pylons, so ready? We'll be flying close to the pylons, so follow my lead. Yay, my first time riding an air-wheeler. These air-wheelers are gen old babies. You won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep.
Yeah, a pretty good ride.
For years now, I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I needed to lighten my mood. Sometimes Geode would come along too, and we'd end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. We would often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. That's helped clear my head a touch. You know, Chris, you might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least. The memories from my regulator days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today.
Oh, of course there are. Kill. Shale?
Thanks. We can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for a while. Shall we?
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa. Will you raise a glass?
Geode's memory.
Oh. What are the two of you doing here?
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
I suppose I could spare a moment. They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization. You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
I'd like to hear some crazy stories.
Those were the
Be
days.
back in just a second.
Yep.
It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. I'd recently lost someone close to me. I'd also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company.
So you were part of a host club.
So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First-time customer, but tempers flared.
Yeah.
And then one
Sounds like.
threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine, that was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this, and why I'll stay the course. Right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
Sounds good to me. Shale, I appreciate you helping me through this. And not only the grief, you've helped me see that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized, which only fuels my determination. I'll be spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. I'll do my part, then you do yours. Oblivion needs you.
Sounds about right. Oblivion has been added to the Unending Codex. Think we should take a quick break?
What do you think? I'm good to go whenever.
I'm good.
All right, we'll do... Actually, no, we should probably take a quick break. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned. If you're watching on YouTube, here are the links provided.